what your thoughts are kind of from here, maybe 12 to 18 months out on the economy.
Okay, so first of all, welcome, thrilled to be here again, and thank you for coming, and thank you for your business, if you're a client. So the world, let me give you the big picture and the longer term and the shorter term. The longer term, the United States still has the most prosperous, best economy the world's ever seen. And that's going to be true, by the way, for 10 to 20 years, unless we screw it up. It's good because we have food, water, energy. We've got great neighbors in Mexico and Canada. We've got great neighbors in Mexico. I think we should treat them a little bit more kindly. We should get NAFTA done. We have the best military, the Atlantic and Pacific, and all those things are given to us by God, by the way. We have things that weren't given to us by God. It's called the Constitution of the United States of America, which has the Bill of Rights, celebrates free enterprise. If you're a Democrat, repeat after me, free enterprise is good. But that ended up to have the best universities, the best institutions, the best rule of law, the widest and deepest capital markets, financial markets, venture capital, real estate the world's ever seen. If you haven't done business around the world, you would be astounded what they don't have in terms of rule of law, collateral. We don't have the kind of corruption they have, and it's extraordinary. So I think the long hand is very good. In the long run, we have this huge set of problems too. So America is doing great, but in my view, I mean, we're growing at 2% a year for 9 years. It should have been double that. We should have grown 40% over the 9-year period, and it's because of the things we did wrong. It wasn't natural, it wasn't secular stagnation, it wasn't economic gobbledygook here. Our competitive system our taxes got more and more globally uncompetitive. Our regulatory environment got worse and worse and worse. And now it takes 12 years to get permits to build a bridge. We put a man on the moon in 8 years. And our inner city schools are graduating generations of kids, which is one of the greatest shames that we've ever had. And I go on and on and on about our healthcare system is far too expensive. And so, very good long term, with these serious problems we've got to solve with serious people. They're not going to be solved with Democrats or Republicans yelling at each other. And in the short run, we're booming. I mean, the fact is, what I think you've kind of seen is, instead of the recovery being almost like this, going at 40%, I'm sure over 10 years now, it kind of went like this, it looks like it's accelerating. And the consumer's in very good shape. You look at their debt service ratios, how much income goes to service debt. Yes, debt is back to where it was. It was like 13 trillion, came down to like 11, went back, now it's over 13 again, consumer debt. But it's all pristine. It's justifiable. You know, the rates go up the hurt a little bit, but the consumer's in great shape, companies in great shape, capital markets wide open, housing's in short supply, household formation's going up, people are coming back to the workforce, and there's probably still millions who are going to come back to the workforce. Confidence, whether you like Donald Trump or not, after he got elected, business confidence, consumer confidence skyrocketed for a very simple reason. Pro-business, pro-tax reform, pro-regulatory reform, of which every business person knew we needed. And now we'll have more fiscal push from the tax system being reformed, stuff like that. So it's possible you're entering a boom cycle that we're just not used to. And my table in the real estate guy was telling me that people now taking out 10,000 more square feet than they need, 20,000 more. The animal spur is coming back. People have growth plans, and so it could go on for years. So this notion that somehow because it's a long cycle that it has to reverse is not an accurate notion. You got to look at the underlying stuff to see that it might actually have real legs.
Cool. Well, you alluded to it for a second there on NAFTA, but there's trade relations that we have with the Europeans, there's trade relationships that we have with China. Can you talk a little bit about that, and particularly in the context of tariffs?
Yeah, so I'm the chairman of the Business Roundtable too, which is like 2 of the bigger companies in America. So representing them and my own personal views, they're the same. We've been to see the president as advisors directly and several times. What we told them is that tariffs are not the way to do it. That you are right about unfair trade with China around state-owned enterprises, intellectual property, tariffs, a lot of non-tariff barriers, or regulatory barriers that you get the license, but you still can't ship your goods. It's not packaged properly, it doesn't have the right stamps on it, or whatever regulators do to slow business down. And what we advise them, the right thing to do is tell the Chinese what you want, finish NAFTA, get Mexico and Canada, Japan and Europe are allies together, have a common front, go see China. Not against them, just that they have to abide by these rules and laws around these various trade issues. And he did the opposite, so he obviously didn't listen to us, and he basically said, we're having a war with Mexico, a trade war with Mexico, a trade war with Canada, a trade war with Japan, a trade war with Europe, and a trade war with China. Which is, to me, it was unnecessary. But if you ask me, will he accomplish it? I have no idea. Maybe he'll end up in a better place, but I am worried about the following, okay? that in addition, if you were a business person, you'd be looking at it this way. Does he have a consistent ask? No. Does the other side know what we really want? Not really, because I speak to the other side. And does the people around him, they give him good advice? Not really, they've been wrong over and over. Peter Navarro is dead wrong about stuff, and he's multiple times he changed the negotiator. So, you know, it's like, they show up in Newton, he's out. They show up in Wilbur Ross, he's out. They show up in Navarro, he's out. They show up in Lighthizer, he's out. So it's kind of an organizational mess, you know, that usually doesn't lead to success. I hope it does. He has gotten people to the table. That part's true. Let's see if he can make something out of this point. The trade thing is very minor so far. Very minor. It may affect people in the room, you know, some even more than others.
Yeah.
Psychologically, it's a negative. But if we do $200 billion against China, and then we do these auto tariffs at 25% under this false premise of national security, that will be met pound for pound. It has to be. We've told that too, tit for tat. There's no question it's going to happen. That will have far more serious economic consequences. And we are a country that can slow down the economy by 0.5% or more. And of course, huge consternation is a lot of you run complex supply lines and still trying to figure out what it means in this country. I ship it here, I build it here, I move it here. How am I going to handle all that? And so we think he's making a mistake on trade. And it's what's it called? You know, shooting yourself in the foot. Self-inflicted, yeah, thank you.
Shifting gears a little bit, in January, we did a partnership as a firm with Berkshire Hathaway and Amazon with regard to healthcare. And